Alright, let's talk about something that's been on my mind lately. Road trips. But not just any road trips, European island road trips. Now, I don't know about you, but the idea of cruising along scenic routes with the wind in my hair sounds like a dream. But let's be real, road trips can also be a nightmare. You know, those moments when you're stuck behind a tour bus on a cliffside hairpin bend, or frantically searching for an EV charger with your battery at 2%. Been there, done that. So, when I came across this ranking of the best European islands for a road trip, I was all ears. Or should I say all eyes? And let me tell you, it's got me planning my next adventure already. Here's the thing, Avis, the car rental company, decided to rank these islands based on factors like terrain, elevation, landmarks, tourist density, and online buzz. Personally, I think this is a genius move. It's not just about the prettiest views, though that's a big part of it, but also about the overall experience. What makes this really interesting is how they've managed to quantify something as subjective as a dreamy drive. I mean, who doesn't want to avoid the stress and just enjoy the ride? So, let's dive into the rankings. First up, the most scenic island, Tenerife. Now, I've always been a fan of the Canary Islands, but Tenerife taking the crown with a score of 83.5? That's impressive. Mount Tide National Park alone is worth the trip. Those views are straight out of a movie. But what many people don't realize is that Tenerife isn't just about the mountains. It's got this perfect blend of natural beauty and accessibility. You're not stuck in the middle of nowhere, but you're also not drowning in crowds. It's that sweet spot, you know? Right behind Tenerife is Gran Canaria, scoring 82.7. This one's a bit of a wild card because it gives you the best of both worlds, black volcanic rock and sunny beaches. If you take a step back and think about it, that contrast is what makes it so unique. And then, there's Madeira, coming in third with 78.7. Now, Madeira is fascinating because it's got this full 6-hour island loop surrounded by cliffs that have racked up over 7 million Instagram hashtags. In my opinion, that's a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's stunning and Instagram-worthy. On the other, you've got to wonder if it's going to be overrun by tourists soon. But hey, maybe that's just me overthinking. Now, let's shift gears to the most secluded islands. If you're like me, and the idea of fighting crowds just to see the ocean sounds like hell, El Hierro is your paradise. It's the smallest and most remote of the Canary Islands, scoring 80.3 for peace and quiet. Volcanic plains, natural rock pools, and barely any humans? Sign me up. What this really suggests is that sometimes, the best travel experiences are the ones where you're not surrounded by other people. It's just you, the road, and nature. That's the kind of trip that stays with you. Greece also makes a strong showing here with Lesbos and Samos. Both offer castles, hot springs, and empty beaches without the maddening queues. One thing that immediately stands out is how these islands manage to stay under the radar. I mean, Greece is famous for its islands, but these two feel like hidden gems. And then, there's La Gomera and Gotland, rounding out the top 5. Gotland, with its medieval walled city and Baltic coast, is particularly intriguing. It's like stepping into a history book, but with a modern twist. Now, let's talk about stress-free drives. If you're road tripping with nervous passengers or kids, Croatia is your best bet. Pag takes the top spot with a score of 72.6, thanks to its low elevation and compact coastline circuit. What makes this really interesting is how Croatia manages to dominate this category. Korčula and Brač are right behind Pag, making it an all-Croatia podium. From my perspective, this speaks volumes about how well these islands cater to families, or anyone who just wants a chill drive. No hairpin bends, no stress, just smooth sailing. Malta's Gozo comes in fourth, and being the smallest island on the list, it offers a 2-hour circuit and surprisingly good EV charging coverage. This raises a deeper question: why aren't more islands prioritizing EV infrastructure? It's 2023, people. The UK's Isle of Man rounds out the top 5, and while it's the only British entry, it holds its own with a unique charm. That medieval walled city? Chef's kiss. If you take a step back and think about it, these rankings aren't just about the islands themselves. They're about the kind of experience you're looking for. Are you chasing Instagram-worthy views, or do you want to escape the crowds? Are you traveling with family, or is it just you and the open road? A detail I find fascinating is how these islands cater to such different preferences. It's not a one-size-fits-all situation, and that's what makes European island road trips so appealing. So, here's my closing thought. Road trips are as much about the journey as they are about the destination. And these islands? They're not just destinations, they're experiences. Whether you're cruising through Tenerife's movie-like landscapes or soaking in the solitude of El Hierro, there's something for everyone. Personally, I'm already mapping out my next trip. How about you? Which island would you choose and why? Let me know in the comments. I'm all ears.